Yayo, it's Hip Hop DJ Eternal 88. What's going on, y'all? Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, and hit the subscribe so when I drop a video, you get notified. All right, let's get into it. So, shout out to Max B. Max B did some thorough shit. Max B visited ASAP Yams, which today is ASAP Yams' birthday. Rest in peace to ASAP Yams. He visited his gravesite for his birthday with ASAP Yams' mom. And for those of y'all that don't really know, ASAP Yams was a really big fan of Max B. These are some tweets that I got up on the screen right now saying free to wave. And he's saying if you don't say free to wave and rest in peace to Stacks, then you're not valid. You know what I mean? So he was a pretty big Max B fan, and I'm pretty sure that whole wave was influenced by Max B, the ASAP wave, you know what I'm saying? And I think this is real thorough of Max B to do, though. I ain't gonna lie, this is some really thorough shit, some Harlem shit. Salute to Max B, for real. He's been doing a lot of real shit since he's been home. He's bringing that feeling back, like that feeling back to the culture a little bit. Hopefully he does it with the music, too, man. Can't wait to hear that. Then we got, and rest in peace to ASAP Yams. Then we got two men who killed, y'all remember G Money, Lil Ronnie, and his daughter earlier this year had got unalived at a car wash. Well, the two men that unalived them, they been got caught. I've been did video about that mad long ago. It's being reported that they will not get the death penalty. The death penalty is taken off the table. 9 times out of 10, what that means is one of them is they probably either that one of them is working against the other, or they just took plea deals. You know what I mean? They're trying to take some kind of plea deals, I'd imagine, you know. But that's a shame though, man. They unalived that little girl. That's sad as hell, man. I feel like whoever is the one that pulled the trigger on the little girl, the death penalty maybe still should be on the table. Definitely life. I'm not really pro death penalty though, to be honest with you, but definitely life without parole, for real. That's just how I feel. But anyway, let me know how y'all feel about that. Moving on. So it was announced that Cardi B Barty gang grows one more, right? Because her baby with Steffon Diggs arrives. And not even a couple minutes later, TMZ reports Steffon Diggs tosses football to cheerleader minutes after Cardi B announces birth. And TMZ was basically saying he had his eyes on this cheerleader minutes after Cardi B announced that their baby was born. That's kind of crazy. This guy's reputation is wild. A lot of people are talking, saying, Cardi B went from leaving her husband that she has kids with for cheating to being with this guy who has all these different baby moms and shit. Shit's crazy, I ain't gonna lie. But she did say it was more than cheating. So, it is what it is. She said that out of her own mouth. It was way more than cheating. So, y'all know Mano and Dave East, they've been receiving a lot of backlash lately. Mano receiving backlash for going to the Jets game, the same Jets game that Max B was at, even though he said he wasn't going to the Max B party because of his friendship with Jim Jones. He still ended up at the same football game as Max B. And people were kind of saying, oh, he was being slick or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, oh, I can't go there, so I'll go here. Because I'm sure he heard that Max B was coming there, you know what I mean? So people were just kind of speculating on that. Then Dave East actually, and if y'all don't know, Dave East, Mano, Fabulous, and Jim Jones, they did like some fit lit kind of shit where they worked out together, they made music together. Now they have a podcast together called Let's Rap About It. And Dave East actually went to the Max B party. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't say on the podcast that he wasn't going to the Max B party because he already has music with Max B. You know what I'm saying? And he was trying to get music from Jim Jones for years, and Jim Jones wouldn't give him no feature until he got to where to where he was kind of lit. I think he may have got the feature from MaxB before he did from Jim Jones. So it wouldn't make sense for him not to go to the MaxB party. You know what I'm saying? And this proves right here that Jim Jones don't care. These guys are literally getting ready to do a podcast with Jim Jones. But this is kind of funny. Check this out. Let's get it.
Yo, East, I heard some shit about you, nigga. I heard some shit about you on the internet.
About me too, man.
I heard you got kicked. What they say, nigga?
So yeah, that shows Jim Jones really don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, just like in the video that I made that did pretty well, and I appreciate all y'all for that. Jim Jones and MaxB are probably gonna reconcile at some point. That's just what it is. I'm pretty sure everybody kind of is feeling that vibe. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all didn't see my video about that, go check it out. It's a dope video. I got some good points on that shit. Kind of even prove it in a way. So if you haven't seen my video about that, about Jim Jones and MaxB reconcile, make sure you go check it out. But moving on from that, let me know what y'all think about that. That shit's kind of funny. They're basically just saying like, yo, bro, none of that shit really matters what people say about us on the internet. We're all still friends. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, moving on. So Tony Yayo did an interview with Vlad TV, finally responds to Jim Jones. Basically, this was his response to Jim Jones. I'm going to play a clip. But it's basically him just like saying, like, I can only play a short clip because it's Vlad TV. But in all, he's basically saying, I appreciate the free promotion all these guys are giving me. Tony Yayo funny as shit. But listen to all the people that he names. This is all the people that he's like, hip-hop media platforms that he's thanking for free promotion. But really, I think in a way, too, these hip-hop media platforms he's naming are like the main platforms on YouTube right now, if you ask me. Check this out. Let's get it.
First of all, I want to shout out Jomo for the promo. I want to shout out Memphis Bleak and Nori, because Nori is pushing Memphis Bleak. I want to shout out Academics, Adam 22, Vlad TV, Hassan Campbell, Harlem Legend TV, China Brim, because it's promo to me. It doesn't matter. It was good promo. Like, I appreciate it.
What y'all think about that? I like the way Tony Yayo handled it. He didn't come back and start trying to diss Jim Jones, because Jim Jones said he has $1 for every bump on Tony Yayo's face. Tony Yayo smokes hard coke. Jim Jones said all that about him. All Tony Yayo said was like, I appreciate the promo. Like, he's like, he ain't worried about that kind of shit. He knows they're just trying to do that. He also said he knows that Jim Jones, if he'll say shit like, oh, he's better than Nas, then of course he's going to say stuff like that. He's trying to go viral. You know what I'm saying? It's actually a really good interview. Y'all might want to go check it out. He also responds to Memphis Bleak in a way, too, because Vlad TV asked him, who do you think will win if you and Memphis Bleak did a versus? And Yayo basically laughed at it and was like, Vlad, get the fuck out of here. This is one of them moments where I tell you, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, you're bugging, Vlad. And I ain't gonna lie. If it comes down to it, I think Tony Yayo does got Memphis Bleak. If you could use all your features and shit like that, Tony Yayo's gonna get him. But I'm gonna be totally honest. Memphis Bleak's first 2 albums, maybe even first 3 albums, because there's a joint called Made, too. I think that's his 3rd album. They're all good. They are good albums. I ain't gonna lie, especially the first one. The first one, Coming of Age, is a fucking classic. So Memphis Bleak do got some shit. Don't get it fucked up. And he's on some shit with Jay-Z and Beanie Siegel. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It would be a good one, but Tony Yayo basically is like, yeah, right, I would tear him up. You know what I mean? So let me know, who do y'all think will win in the verses, Tony Yayo or Memphis Bleak? I know everybody's going to say Tony Yayo, but just let me know, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, moving on, y'all. So Rory from the Rory and Mal podcast, he's in some shit. Rory and Mal are the guys that left the Joe Budden podcast and started their own podcast, right? Because they are the original cast members who were with Joe Budden, you know what I mean? But they started their own stuff because they didn't feel the money thing was fair and all that. There was a bunch of problems over there at the Joe Budden podcast. But either way, it worked out good for both of them because Rory and Mal are doing good and Joe Budden's doing really good. You know what I mean? So it worked out. But right now, Rory is kind of being canceled. They're trying to cancel him. People are calling him out for some old tweets, but some of them were edited, like I said. But and this is him telling somebody that, and they're asking him about it. And this is just like a small taste of what you're about to hear, because after this, God goes crazy on Rory. But I'm gonna play this clip first, then we'll get into the real shit. Check this out. Let's get it.
You would agree that tweets were. All right, so I went to Old Westbury during.
Yes, 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 yes. The tweets are egregious. Yes, it was a time that tweets were insane.
Do you regret apologizing in the last space?
I didn't apologize. That was kind of the problem.
I thought you did apologize. I heard at one point that you were apologizing or some shit.
No, that was kind of the issue.
You did the if you were offended type apology.
Yeah, like I'm not. No, I said originally, like, I don't want to give you guys a fake apology because I'm not apologizing for some tweets that I never even said. Like, I never called black women ugly. I never called them roaches. Like, I'm not about to apologize for some shit I never did.
Okay.
Wait, how did they get the idea that you called black women ugly or roaches?
Because there was a fake retweet that said, I think black women are ugly, and then there was a retweet of me saying but dot 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 that had to do with calling white women roaches, and then they thought it had to do with me calling black women roaches.
There was also the Beyonce tweet. I'm just bringing
which they turned into me calling Blue. Well, I don't even think Blue was born at that time. That they thought I was calling Blue something, and I said Blue Weave off a Beyonce joke, which I've said on the podcast 1,000 times.
I think you said if you met Beyonce and she wasn't Beyonce, she would definitely have a blue weave or some shit like that.
Yeah, which they said I was shitting on her children, Blue Ivy, and I was like, what does that have to do with Blue Ivy?
So if you know Twitter, you know he's pretty much telling the truth. You know what I mean? Like everything was in sync. Back then, you put RT in it for the retweets. And a lot of these tweets are kind of crazy. He admitted that they're crazy, but some of them were edited. You know what I mean? And Rory's always been with black women, has black friends all the time, and he doesn't say that himself. He's not like one of them guys that's like, oh yeah, I got a black friend. You know what I mean? Like he ain't it just shows, you know, like he's part of the hip hop culture. You know what I mean? Like I think people are getting a little too crazy with this one, especially this guy right here, y'all. This gets a little nasty. Check this out. Let's get it.
When you think about the definition of racism or prejudices, let's get technical because you're a white man, right? You're gonna say, no, I don't have no power, or I'm not a racist. Do you think that you hold stereotypical prejudices when it comes to African American women? Let's start slow.
No.
Why not?
We're starting slow. What do you mean? All right,
Why not? So why do you not believe that you hold stereotypical prejudices against black women? And before you answer, remember, we see your tweets. We black and lace front blonde, ghetto crayon colors. That sounds stereotypical. That sounds racist. That sounds like prejudices. Let's keep going. You're fixing her makeup in my rims. In the word. What's the N word, Roy? Is that nice? Is that nasty? Is that naughty? What's the N word, Roy? Can you say the N word, Roy?
No, that's why it says the N word.
Okay, so what's the N word then, Roy?
It
So
was
I
a thing on
didn't
Twitter at the
ask you
time.
that. What's the N word, Roy?
Dom Kennedy, West Coast.
No, what's the N word, Roy? Why can't you answer questions, Roy? What's the N word?
I don't say the N word, sir.
Okay. I'm not talking to you, black woman. Let me talk to Roy. If she never blew up and you met a chick in the club named Beyonce, that money she'd have blue weave in. These are your tweets. So remember this, Roy. All right. Remember this, because you just lied to this thing. I'm just setting this face up. You see what I'm doing? See, you're not gonna be able to do that to me, white boy. They're gonna have to mute me. They're gonna have to kick me off the stage. You can't overtalk me. You can't overtalk me, white boy. Your white ass might be where you think it is, but you can't overtalk me, white boy. I'm in this. I'm part of this. I'm about this shit, man. I live this. I am this. I don't have to pretend this. So go ahead, white boy. Just be quiet. You said you were here for a conversation. Why are you talking over me?
A conversation means.
The conversation got serious. The conversation got serious. I ain't up here yelling at you. Now you're really scared. That's what it really is. I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. You need to stay out the conversation.
You say that you are intelligent, intelligent people don't have to scream.
I'm not talking to you. You need to stay out the conversation. I haven't threatened them yet. So you need to shut up.
No.
So back to what we're talking about. The question was, shut up, black woman. The question was,
Rory ain't
shut up, black woman. Shut up, black woman. Shut up, black woman.
Yeah.
Are you gonna moderate the conversation? Or are you?
So the dude was even telling the woman to shut up. He was like, black woman, shut up. Like, damn, that's kind of crazy. See, that kind of guy right there, man, he's standing up for what he believes in. But the way he's trying to get it his point across comes off as like maybe a little unintelligent, like disrespectful, you know what I mean? Like a little bit, right? A little overly aggressive. And I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. I'm putting the tweets on the screen. Y'all can see them. Rory says these are edited. And you heard him in the first clip, said that they were edited. This guy's calling them out for the ones that I guess are edited. Like some of them aren't edited though. And you know, Rory, he be trolling. And back then people said certain stuff and it was like 2011, 2012, you know what I mean? 2014. This is over 10 years ago. Things were a lot different back then. Like I think people joked in a different kind of way, you know what I mean? Shit like that. And this is the girl that guy just told to be quiet, talking to Rory about it again right here, y'all. Check this out. Let's get it.
What this was, I guess it did start off as a joking matter, and then it got serious. And what I did, you know, I'll be a hypocrite, I'll be a two-faced if I didn't say I think it'd be a golden opportunity for you to just apologize for whatever jokes may be insulting or offensive to black women, and just keep it moving. Again, I'll speak once again. The disclaimer is I'll speak to the person that I've known for well over a decade, and Rory has never shown me.
Rocky, honestly, it would feel disingenuous if I apologize for something that I did not even say or mean whatsoever. That'd be disingenuous. Like I'm not about to apologize for a tweet saying I find black women unattractive. Everyone on earth knows. The people that know me know exactly the complete opposite.
Rory, at least no more weave
And
jokes.
I'm not about to apologize for that. No, I'm not apologizing for that.
Hello? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, y'all. I'm on X via like my Safari, not the actual app. So the tweet referring where it says RT, I've never found a black woman attractive in my life. You know what? I'm not
apologizing because I don't even know. I think somebody.
Thank you. Damn, like I feel like I'm at work.
It's because I hate black women. That's why I keep cutting you off.
Cut me off. But you know what? Shout out to Peach just brought up to me. That wasn't even somebody tweeted that. I said that the wrong way. That was when you used to fake a RT that somebody said something like so that they could get canceled. You made a fake RT so that the person that you RT'd would get in trouble for like. It's hard to explain if you weren't on Twitter back then, but when you used to put RT and then like say somebody said something and they never said it. So that's what you were doing. Rory was trying to get the person that he said that to that he made. Like, point that up to me. But at the end of the day, don't waste your time explaining that because if people weren't around when all of that was happening, they just really won't understand. Like they just won't understand that.
I don't think that was a fake RT, Damaris. I think that before you had the repost button, you would tweet out RT. And
okay, yes, I understand.
No, but you can also fake the RT and put it at somebody else's at and say that they said this.
So that's the black woman that dude told to shut up, you know what I mean? But basically taking up for Rory. So I don't know. I'll say some of the tweets are kind of crazy. If they're real, they're really not right at all. But he also said that they were egregious. You know what I mean? He was young, talking shit, saying a little bit too much. But some of them joints are definitely edited, where they like taking it a little bit too far. You know what I mean? Because I just can't see Rory like that. You know what I mean? He's part of the hip hop culture. It always has been, even before the podcast. And he makes music, he raps. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he's a racist at all. I really just don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? Like in any kind of way, or prejudiced or any of that shit. I don't believe it. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe. Follow me on TikTok, IG, and we out.